Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. The football world is buzzing with excitement as news breaks that Nick BOSA has officially signed with the Miami Dolphins, joining forces with his brother Joey BOSA in what many are already calling a potentially unstoppable defensive duo. Rumors have been swirling for weeks, teasing fans with the idea of the brothers finally sharing the same field. But now, the speculation has turned into reality. Analysts are already predicting that the Dolphins' defense will become a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks, with the combination of Nick's speed, agility, and raw power alongside Joey's veteran experience and relentless pursuit of the quarterback. Social media is exploding with fans posting memes, highlight reels, and predictions of games dominated by sacks and forced turnovers, while sports networks scramble to adjust their narratives around the AFC landscape. There's a palpable sense of anticipation that stretches far beyond Miami, as teams across the league begin to strategize on how to survive a season with both BOSA brothers wreaking havoc on their offensive lines. The excitement is further fueled by speculation about how head coach Mike McDaniel will deploy such a formidable duo, balancing aggressive pass rushes with strategic coverage adjustments to maximize their impact. Nick BOSA's journey to the Dolphins has been filled with highs and lows, from his standout performances at Ohio State to his impactful seasons in San Francisco, where he consistently demonstrated an uncanny ability to read offenses, exploit weaknesses, and dominate the line of scrimmage. His signing with Miami marks a turning point not only in his career, but also in the broader narrative of the NFL, as fans begin to imagine the possibilities of a defense built around the sheer dominance of the BOSA brothers. Critics are already weighing in, debating whether the combination of Nick and Joey will elevate the Dolphins to championship contention or whether other variables, injuries, scheme adjustments, and team chemistry, will temper expectations. Yet, there's an undeniable thrill in watching two elite athletes, linked by blood and an innate understanding of the game, prepare to share the same locker room and defensive strategy sessions. Industry insiders hint at behind-the-scenes conversations about training regimens, tactical discussions, and even sibling dynamics that could influence the Dolphins' culture, all of which add layers of intrigue to the unfolding story. Miami's fanbase is already embracing the hype, flooding forums and social media with imaginative scenarios where quarterbacks are perpetually under siege, and the Dolphins' defensive line becomes the stuff of legend in a league starved for true spectacle. The signing of Nick BOSA also carries weight in terms of marketing and fan engagement, as the NFL increasingly leverages star power to captivate audiences and drive excitement. Merchandise featuring the BOSA brothers is predicted to sell out almost instantly, while highlight reels showcasing their combined dominance could become viral sensations, transcending traditional sports media. The buzz surrounding Miami is reminiscent of other iconic pairings in league history, where sibling synergy or dynamic duos transformed team identity and created a cultural phenomenon around the sport. Analysts are already dissecting film, comparing tendencies, and predicting how offenses will need to innovate to counter the unique threat posed by two elite pass rushers operating in tandem. There is also speculation about leadership roles within the locker room, with fans and commentators wondering how the BOSA brothers' personalities will complement each other and influence younger players. Behind the scenes, whispers circulate about private training sessions, strategic meetings with defensive coordinators, and intense off-season conditioning programs aimed at ensuring the Dolphins maximize every ounce of talent the brothers bring. The combination of athletic prowess, strategic potential, and media attention has created a perfect storm of anticipation, making this signing feel like more than a simple roster update. It's a cultural event, a story fans will follow week after week, with suspense building around every game. Miami's defense, traditionally solid but never quite dominant, now faces the possibility of entering a new era defined by relentless pressure and elite athleticism. The implications extend beyond individual games, affecting draft strategies, free agency considerations, and the overall perception of the team in the league hierarchy. Coaches from rival franchises are reportedly studying film obsessively, attempting to predict how the BOSA brothers will communicate on the field, adjust to offensive schemes, and coordinate with linebackers and secondary players to create chaos in the backfield. There is a narrative forming that the Dolphins are not just signing players. They are engineering a statement, signaling to the rest of the NFL that Miami intends to be a serious contender and a defensive powerhouse. Social media chatter reinforces the idea, with fans speculating on potential matchups, fantasy football implications, and the psychological impact on quarterbacks who will face two brothers working in perfect unison. Rumors also swirl about the BOSA brothers' chemistry off the field, with insiders hinting at sibling competitiveness driving every practice, film session, and training drill, intensifying the hype around the team and further elevating expectations for the upcoming season. Speculation extends into coaching strategy, as Mike McDaniel and his staff now face the unique challenge of integrating two elite talents who may require distinct approaches while also maximizing their combined potential. Analysts are suggesting various schemes, including stunts, twists, and situational rotations designed to exploit the brothers' complementary strengths. The idea of having two players capable of consistently pressuring quarterbacks allows for creative flexibility across the defensive line, with potential ripple effects in coverage schemes and blitz packages. Some skeptics warn against overhyping, noting that injuries, ego clashes, or mismatched expectations could temper the anticipated impact. However, prevailing sentiment remains overwhelmingly optimistic, fueled by the narrative of brotherly synergy, natural talent, and the electrifying potential for the Dolphins to redefine defensive dominance. The media frenzy around the signing continues unabated, with sports networks, podcasts, and social platforms dissecting every angle, from training camp rumors to potential touchdown celebrations triggered by sacks. The story has transcended a simple signing and morphed into a cultural event, capturing the imagination of fans and analysts alike, eager to witness whether the dream pairing can translate into tangible dominance on the field. Off the field, the hype surrounding Nick and Joey Bosa carries significant implications for fan culture, merchandise, and media attention, reinforcing the narrative that football is about more than just statistics. It's about stories, personalities, and iconic moments that define eras. Miami's fanbase is already embracing the potential transformation, with stadiums expected to be packed, television ratings climbing, and social media engagement reaching unprecedented levels. Conversations spill over into every corner of sports discourse, from casual fans speculating on potential sack totals to analysts forecasting playoff impacts and championship trajectories. The combination of athletic excellence, narrative intrigue, and marketing potential creates an ecosystem where anticipation itself becomes part of the spectacle. As Nick and Joey prepare to share the field, whispers about chemistry, sibling dynamics, and leadership roles will persist, feeding the rumor mill that fuels fan engagement. Miami is no longer just a team. It is a story in motion, a narrative that promises drama, excitement, and the tantalizing prospect of witnessing two brothers deliver defensive terror on a scale rarely seen in the NFL. The anticipation is palpable, the buzz relentless, and the football world waits with bated breath for the season to unfold. The anticipation surrounding the BOSA brothers has ignited a storm of speculation that reaches far beyond Miami, as rival teams scramble to anticipate how the Dolphins will leverage two elite pass rushers who share an almost instinctive understanding of football. The rumor mill is buzzing with ideas about how offensive coordinators will be forced to rethink protection schemes, rotate linemen, and even adjust quarterback decision-making in response to the relentless pressure Nick and Joey can generate. Analysts speculate that the synergy between the brothers could redefine what it means to dominate the line of scrimmage, with whispers of secret training regimens, off-field coordination, and strategic alignment that transforms ordinary defensive schemes into high-level chess matches. Fans are already imagining highlight reels filled with simultaneous sacks, strip sacks, and forced turnovers, as social media becomes a breeding ground for hypothetical scenarios, memes, and heated debates about which offenses will crumble first under the weight of this unprecedented duo. The excitement extends beyond fantasy football projections, as team psychologists, performance analysts, and insiders discuss the impact of sibling dynamics on locker room cohesion, team morale, and overall competitiveness. Rumors of private workout sessions, sibling rivalry pushing each other to peak performance, and late-night film reviews only add fuel to the fire, making it clear that Miami is about to enter an era where defensive dominance is no longer theoretical, but a tangible expectation fans and commentators can hardly wait to witness in real time. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments. What's your take on the Fins this week? Industry insiders hint at the enormous implications this signing could have for the NFL as a whole, suggesting that other franchises may now feel compelled to pursue similar high-profile defensive duos to remain competitive. The whispers are everywhere. Discussions about potential trades, free agent signings, and draft strategies that could counteract the sheer terror the BOSA brothers are expected to bring. The idea of two elite pass rushers operating in harmony sparks comparisons to historic defensive pairings, with analysts drawing lines to legendary duos whose chemistry transformed team identity and set new benchmarks for defensive excellence. Rumors circulate about potential coaching adjustments, innovative blitz packages, and coverage schemes designed to maximize their impact while minimizing risk, sparking debates about how much responsibility should be placed on the brothers versus the overall defensive strategy. Fans speculate endlessly, creating an almost mythical narrative that elevates Nick and Joey from mere players to symbols of a new defensive era, while media outlets amplify every whisper and leak into broader storylines that dominate sports coverage. This type of hype blurs the line between reality and expectation, turning Miami into a crucible for curiosity, speculation, and imagination, where every practice, every snap, and every social media post is dissected and analyzed for hidden insights into how the brothers might change the game. Social media platforms have become a wild frontier for speculation about the BOSA brothers' on-field potential, as fans post videos, mock highlights, and simulations predicting every conceivable scenario in which Miami's defensive line terrorizes opposing offenses. Commentators and influencers weigh in, offering hot takes, breakdowns, and analyses that feed the rumor mill and elevate anticipation to almost feverish levels. The narrative of sibling synergy, shared upbringing, and mutual motivation generates a layer of drama that sports fans can't resist, making every discussion about defensive schemes feel like a chapter in an unfolding saga. There are whispers of locker room dynamics, with insiders hinting at how the brothers' personalities might complement each other while inspiring teammates to elevate their own performance. Speculation extends to game day strategy, as fans and analysts imagine innovative rotations, stunts, and tactical adjustments aimed at maximizing the disruptive impact of the duo. The combination of athletic dominance, narrative intrigue, and endless fan-generated content has created a feedback loop, where each rumor sparks new theories, each social media post fuels excitement, and each hypothetical scenario further cements the idea that the Dolphins' defensive future is poised for dramatic transformation. As the NFL prepares for the next season, the BOSA brothers have already captured imaginations, becoming a symbol of terror and anticipation that transcends ordinary football storytelling. The impact of this signing on Miami's culture cannot be understated, as the arrival of Nick alongside Joey promises to reshape not only the team's defensive identity, but also its relationship with fans, media, and sponsors. Rumors suggest that marketing campaigns featuring the brothers are already in discussion, with potential collaborations, signature merchandise, and viral content designed to capitalize on their star power. Analysts speculate that their presence could influence everything from ticket sales to television ratings, transforming the Dolphins into a franchise defined by excitement, spectacle, and anticipation. Off-field chemistry also fuels speculation, as insiders hint at sibling rivalry pushing each other toward peak performance, late-night training sessions, and strategic discussions designed to exploit weaknesses in opposing offenses. Fans embrace the drama, creating narratives that blend myth, reality, and expectation, portraying Miami as a stage for legendary defensive feats. Social media chatter, podcasts, and sports shows amplify every rumor, feeding a culture of expectation where even preseason games are dissected for signs of the brothers' dominance. In this way, the Dolphins are no longer just a football team. They are a story, a spectacle, and a rumor mill in motion, with every move generating conversation, analysis, and anticipation that will keep the sports world engaged long before the first whistle of the season. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up!